Today in this session we are going to learn about the origin of the universe, or how the universe came into the existence. So earlier in the golden age of the Greek civilization, the people had the two different views about the studies related to the universe. The first one is the geocentric views. The second one is the heliocentric view. So what is the meaning of that geocentric view? So in the geocentric view, we keep the earth in the center. Keep the earth in the center. And this earth is a spherical and a motionless body. And through its orbit, all the planets and the stars are revolving around this earth. So this idea of the geocentrism was supported by the our two great geographers like Aristotle and Ptolemy. So Aristotle and Ptolemy both believe that Earth is in the center of the whole universe and all the planets and the stars are revolving around this. Secondly, we have the idea of the helios heliocentric views. So in the heliocentric views, the idea was first supported by the Aristarchus. Aristarchus. So according to him, the sun is in the center of the whole universe, and rest all planets and the earth are moving around the sun. However, this theory or this view was not popular back that time. So this theory was criticized a lot during the era of the Greek civilization. People don't believe that Earth is in the center of the universe, rather they believe the Earth is in the center of the universe. But in the current situation, but in the current modern astronomy, we all know that the sun is in the center of the universe, and the sun is also not static, it is also revolving around the galaxies. So, let us study more about the what the modern astronomy told us. So, this modern astronomy have many contributors like the Copernicus, the Kepler, the Galileo, Newton. So these all persons are known as the founders of the modern astronomy, founders of the modern astronomy. Galileo, Newton, Kepler, Copernicus. So together they are all known as the founder of the modern astronomy. So Kepler proved that the orbit of the Earth around the Sun is elliptical. So Kepler was the first who told that the It is the elliptical orbit around which the Earth is revolving around the Sun. Newton gave the theory of the gravitation. According to him, each and every object in the universe attract each other with a force which is directly proportional to product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. And this force is a conservative force. So it is independent of the distance, rather it depends upon the final and the initial point. So he put forward the law of the gravitation, universal gravitation. It states that every particle attract each other with their forces, and which is directly proportional to product of their masses and inversely proportional to a square of distance between them. And according to this, the law of the gravitation was created, and this is applying in all over the universe. This theory is relevant in the current scenario. In the modern theory, we also know that we have the space-time curve, and the more heavier objects are going to curve this space-time graph more. Whichever object will curve as much as the curve will have the more gravity in them. Secondly, now we are going to understand about the how the universe came to an existence. So we have now going to understand about the Big Bang theory. However, this theory is widely accepted by most of the researchers and the scientists, but although many other great scholars did not believe in this theory yet, some of the Vedic uh, astronomers or the researcher or the scholars have their different opinion about this Big Bang theory. So this Big Bang is the most acceptable answer to how the universe came to an existence. So according to this theory, the universe came to an existence around the 13.8 billion years ago. So earlier, the universe was concentrated at a single point. So from this single point, the whole universe was concentrated in this single point. So this single point, or we can say the singularity, this single point is also known as singularities, and from this singularities or this point has the infinite infinite mass plus zero volume. So it has no volume, rather it has the infinite mass, and if it has infinite mass, then its density also will be infinite. So the universe began as infinitely hot and dense single point. This single point appears nowhere from regions unknown. During the Big Bang, the single point inflated and exploded violently, and because of this eruption resulting in the massive universe expansion. So that point which has the infinite density, infinite mass and zero volume suddenly blasted, erupted, and from that point the universe going to be expand started. It is believed that it is believed that the first atom was formed within 3 minutes within 3 minutes of Big Bang. And in next 3 lakh in next 3 lakh years the temperature dropped to 4500 Kelvin and gave rise to atomic matter. So what is the meaning of matter? Anything that occupies space and has mass and offers resistance is known as matter. And this matter and from this atomic matter, when this cool down and condensations happen, which finally and eventually resulted into the formation of the star and the planets. And the universe also became transparent to the light from such an event. And since 13.8 billion till now, the universe is the continuously expanding. So there are some phenomena that are going to explain why the universe is expanding. The first one is the theory of the redshift. Some of the scholars also believe that the dark energy is causing the universe to grow. However, this is no concrete scientific explanation for the dark energy. So this, what is the meaning of that redshift? So this first evidence or this phenomena was recorded in 1929 by Edwin Hubble. The Edwin Hubble discovered the universe was expanding. The galaxies appears to moving away speeds proportional to their distance. So speed is equal to dx by dt, distance by time, and velocity is known as displacement by time. So this speed, when you increase the speed, the distance will also become high. So from this theory, of the redshift, we have to understand that on the Earth, at the time of the morning or at the time of the evening, we see a sky as red in color. So why we see the sky is red in color? Because the red color has the highest wavelength. And at the afternoon time, the sky appears blue. So that blue light has the lowest wavelength. So something look appears to be reddish in color if they are moving away from you, and something that is near to you appears to look at blue in color. So this telescope first time observed that the universe that earlier used to look like bluish in color now looking the reddish. So that means the universe is expanding. So as a result, the light from these galaxies gets shifted to the radar wavelength. And if they have the radar wavelength, that means these galaxies are going away from us. And if they are going away from us, that means from 13.8 billion years ago till now, the universe is continuous expanding. The second most important evidence of this Big Bang, the universe was initially extremely hot. As the Big Bang suggests, we should be able to find some heat of this event. In 1960, scientists discovered the cosmic wave microwave background radiation coming from the farthest reaches of the universe. So, so if the light arises from the heat radiation, the heat is supposed to let this heat falls on the earth from every direction from this cosmic microwave background radiation. The remaining light of the galaxies is spread on the earth's surface from the whole direction uniformly. The light arises from the heat radiation. The heat is supposed to be left over from the Big Bang event. So this was the remaining heat of the Big Bang. So we cannot see this light from our naked eyes. So it was discovered in 1965 by the astronomer known as the Arno Arno Pangias. So from this astrologer Arno Pangias, along with the Wilson, or we can say the Robert Wilson, they told about this cosmic microwave background radiation. So during the phenomena of this process, the remaining heat from the galaxies are continuous coming towards the Earth in the form of the radiations, and that radiations we cannot see from our naked eyes. So these two evidence are supporting the theory of the Big Bang, and that's why it is most widely accepted theory of